guys, this is Dandelion Song, and this is a super short segment of the Pope series. This will be part 10 of the super short series. And this is going to be about the ellipse, of talking about pi, a lot of different, mostly number theory and letter theory, having to do just with this area right here in Washington, D.C., the conception vessel and the breastplate of Isis. And then we'll get into some gematria. Okay, here we go. Minutes. We're doing good. Okay, so pi is encoded in gematria in a few ways. By the spelling of this, by the spelling of Hawaii, where Obama was born, because this is a Greek P. This equals 25. So whenever you see a 25, basically you can pretty much count on they are referring to pi there. Pi is 3.14 on and on, 15. I'm trying to memorize the first 50 digits at least of that. And this adds up to 17. Now 17 is another number for pi. So when you see that, you can think that this is another number for pi. When you say hi to someone, you're actually wishing them either an enjoyable part of their cycle of pi. Some kind of, you're wishing them an enjoyable circumference, something like that. Hello is not a nice thing. You shouldn't say that to anybody. Well, according to the gematria. So 17 equals Q. Q is the power symbol. I'll draw it right here. Q is the power symbol. This phallus right here is being either pulled out or pushed in. This is a conception moment. Hey, look, guess what? We have a conception moment right over here. And we have gestation symbolism in the day. And the number of the day, 266. Anyway, I am getting to a point that you're going to like, so just hang on with me here. You're going to think this is cool if this is your first video with me. So Q is the 17th letter. In phi, we look up here, look at phi. Sorry that it's not so visible, but look, it's a 16 and an 18. Look what's missing right here. What's missing is the 17. This has to do with their religion of numbers. They believe that pi interrupts phi. And this is the act of the individual. This has to do with a lot of their, magical and symbolic stuff that they do. So they believe that, I think they see this, I'm just figuring this out. No one gave me a book. No one taught me this in school. I'm just figuring this out on my own, and I'm going to make mistakes as we go, and I'm okay with that because I'm innocently and honestly doing this, so I'm okay with mistakes, and I will correct them as I find them. But phi, I believe they see this as the destiny number or the fate number, and this is the power of the individual number that interrupts phi. So this is the interplay, and this is the symbolism of walking around Ellipse Park. And now I want to show you that Ellipse Park is very close to the center of this cross. Let's look at it this way. And I've gone over this a little bit, but so this is going to be a review for some of my loves. Hang in there, guys. How are you doing? Thanks for watching. We got to bring some new people in, and keep them interested and show them what we've learned. So over here is Jefferson Memorial, and this heading right here going left to right and right to left is a 360 degree heading. So right there you have the vector mathematics of 9. We have the all and the nothing. You have the 0 and the full circle. Do you see the symbolism? So he's walking around this point. It's almost like it reminds me of the Kaaba type of idea where he's going to circumambulate this. So I'm going to pause it and get a distance real quick. Okay, so the quick distance from the middle of this, I don't know if I did it perfectly, and also what you have to do when you're in Google Earth, you do this, and then you have to kind of look in your other this is a 436 anagram. Anyway, I don't want to waste your time, but you have to look around here to find all the sacred numbers. But 0.31 is a pretty good number, and I also want to point out that the distance going that way is 180, which is a 9. So 360 reduces to a 9, 180 reduces to a 9, everything having to do with the circle basically reduces to a 9. So the 0.31 is a dome reference. The digital root is a 4, which is a D, which is a reference to the dome. That might be kind of steep if you're a first-time listener. So let's go to the inches. We have 19,727.26 inches. And so I just wanted to show you that this has to do with the Jesuits because, like I told you, the birthday of the Jesuit is a 927. And also, the interesting thing about the 927 is that right here, the 727, this is why they have, 727s play a big role. The airplanes do, but it's a 9 mirror going each way, and it's also combines to a 18, which has a lot of symbolism in terms of the alphabet. I want to keep this kind of short, so I'm not going to go all the way to that, but it's basically shorthand for 108, which is the spiritual number. All right, so a quick look. If you take the center of this ellipse, which I showed you the sacred nature of this, I showed you just the tip of the iceberg of all of the groundwork, no pun intended, that they have done to lay the symbolism of this event. So the center of that to the Washington Monument, which is our conception phallus thing. The Pope is the birth kind of idea. This is the conception. So we're full circle, literally. Or full ellipse, depending on how you see it. This is the reason why it's an ellipse is because it's an egg. This is the breastplate of Isis. So you can see her little breast bump right here. I mean, they left no details out. Here we have a fish. If this is your first time with me, I know this is going fast. Okay, well anyway, from here to here is a heading of 166.79, which is another 16 on that end. And I don't count these last numbers, but because it's such a short distance center to center, I'm going to go ahead and count that. And then the 545 is a 99, again, just in the same manner that I just showed you with the 927, and that is in yards. So they see that as, the 99 they see as a completion. It's like the 9th level of heaven. It's freedom. If this is my first video with you, F is a 6. R is an 18, which reduces to a 9. So that is moving from the 6th dimension to the 9th dimension. It has to do with Gilgamesh, because in the time of Gilgamesh we were in the 6th dimension. Now we're not in the 6th dimension anymore, we're in the 3rd, but they still use the same symbolism. So 9-9 is an idea of ultimate symbolism. You have to be holy. Their idea of holy has to do with pi. It has to do with the circle, the whole pi. So you need to be, according to them, you need to be holy to exit the dome. I know it sounds weird, but I think that this is at the core of what their symbolism is. So the gematria of ellipse, this is a 15, which reduces to a 6. This actually has other ties that I'm only starting to understand. This 86 right here, or this 68, the 68 matches stock, matches market, matches Morgan. Morgan Freeman had problems on an 8-6 day. It was actually an 8-16 day, but it was the phi number. It was the bread of Christ number. So it would be instead of 816, it would be, instead of 618, it is 816. But shorthand is this. Also, we have the 20. This number, when you see the 2 and the 9, this is the day after Tabernacles, but the way that they see this is that it has the 9/11 built into it, because it's the 9 and the 11 and it's a gateway. There are some Kennedy places on the Pope's itinerary, and that does match ellipse. All right, well, this has been part 3 of the Pope's itinerary. I like to call this, or like part 3 of what are these maniacs up to. Stay tuned for part 4 of what are these maniacs up to, when we will talk about St. Matthew's Cathedral, and we'll look at that gematria. And apparently this is the mother church for the Archdiocese of Washington. It kind of gives you chills, doesn't it? All right, hope you're having a good time. Hope the humor is enough to cover the weirdness. I appreciate you being here with me. I think we need to be awake, no fear, look soberly at the signs, and then we need to be brave to speak to our brothers and sisters and, yank them out of their stupor and cause them to think. Because they're going to create some large deception here, and most people are going to be terrified into behaving. into cooperating with their church or cooperating with the government. And we may or may not be able to stop them, but I think that is supposed to be our role as awake people, to shepherd the sleepy ones. See what's going to happen, talk about it, and shepherd the sleepy ones. So anyway, good luck with that. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.